race number 2, some of the drivers that are in the server already. I'm also seeing NASCAR 2014 Rookie of the Year in the Sprint Cup Series, Kyle Larson in the house, and he's going to be rolling off in heat race number 2. I also see Andrew Chenoweth, Justin Clark, Troy Wagaman Jr., Grandpa John McClellan. It looks like he's going to be in heat race number 2, along with Todd LeBoux, Tim Burner, the Arizona native. He ran dwarf cars this last year, a couple of years or so, and let's see if he can find success here in the midgets.
There's just a couple minutes left here, and we will be getting ready to go. Actually, right now, we're heading out to the track for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole.
Todd LeBoux going to be on the pole. On the pole, looks like it's going to be Todd LeBoux alongside him, and outside the front row going to be Andrew Chenoweth. Kyle Larson going to start 3rd, and Troy Wagaman Jr. going to start 4th. Justin Clark, Tim Burner 5th and 6th, and rounding out the field tonight, 7th and 8th will be Corey Doozer and Grandpa John McClellan. A long way to go for Grandpa Mike. It's going to be anybody's guess, but all eyes seems to be pointed right to that Kyle Larson machine.
Yeah, definitely, but you cannot count out Troy Wagaman Jr. here in this heat race. Troy very fast in practice earlier this evening, and it should be good to see. But it looks like we lost Andrew Chenoweth out of the server, so we're going to have to send it back to warm-ups and let him back in.
Going to have to wait for Andrew Chenoweth to come back in, and that's just some of the gremlins that we've seen last night a couple times, is that we had to open up the server once again. Chenoweth jumps back in the server, going to roll the grid one more time and try to get this heat race number 2 started off. And again, folks, if you want to follow us along on Twitter tonight, use the hashtag UselessSimChiliBowl, hashtag tweet your seat, and follow along with the hashtag flip count. And that flip count already, Mike, up to 18 just through one heat race already tonight.
Yeah, that should be interesting to keep track of throughout the weekend. You saw the Real Chili Bowl got up 59 on their total flip count. As it looks like now, we probably will end up beating them. As we roll back to race, we'll try this one again. Heat race number 2 of prelim night number 2 here of the 6th annual Sim Chili Bowl Nationals, presented by Loud Pedal TV.
8 cars all trying to get gridded up on the racetrack as everybody files in on the racetrack just one last time here in heat race number 2. Hopefully we'll get this race underway in just a moment for you here, as I do believe everybody looks to be on the grid already. Yep, and the pace car gets ready to roll off. 8 cars, heat race number 2, roughly 40 drivers in the servers total for tonight's events and qualifying night number 2 here at the 6th annual Sim Chili Bowl Nationals.
So LeBoux and Chenoweth on the front row. They're going to lead the field around into turn number 4. They're looking for the green, and green is out. A little delayed action there for the start of heat race number 2, but it looks like Andrew Chenoweth will get the early race lead. Troy Wagaman Jr. all the way up to 2nd, and Kyle Larson following his lead. He's right behind him in 3rd. Wagaman to the inside. He will slide him up for the lead. Let's see if Chenoweth will cross him over. No, he can't. Now Larson trying to stick a nose in there.
Larson got a little bit checked up when Chenoweth got hung up there on the berm as Justin Clark tries to work to the inside of Kyle Larson for 3rd, and Clark tries to sit there and feeds a wheel to Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson has to drift up to the middle. No luck, no crossover as Clark now moves up to 3rd, but it's all Troy Wagaman Jr. out front early on.
So Wagaman Jr. looking strong out front, leading heat race number 2. Chenoweth in the 2nd spot. Clark, after that nice pass on Kyle Larson, he'll sit in 3rd. Larson back there in 4th here at the halfway point in heat race number 2. As the field's starting to spread themselves out a little bit. Clark trying to close the gap on Chenoweth. Let's see what he can do here as he rolls the bottom.
Clark works to the inside of Chenoweth as Chenoweth runs the middle of the racetrack. That's where the upper groove seems to be. Track looks like it's widening out already in heat race number 2. Double popsicle sticks in the air as Justin Clark works around Andrew Chenoweth, and he does clear him as Chenoweth got to the outside fence. Kyle Larson now trying to work on Chenoweth for 3rd. Slide jobs him. White flag in the air this time by, and it looks like it's all Troy Wagaman Jr. as he's got a straightaway lead through 3 and 4 for the final time. Troy Wagaman Jr. going to collect heat race number 2 win, followed by Justin Clark, Kyle Larson, Andrew Chenoweth, Todd LeBoux, Grandpa John McClellan, Corey Doozer, and Tim Burner. Your 8 cars in heat race number 2.
So great action there in heat race number 2. That should show us what we're going to see the rest of the evening here, as we've got heat race 3 coming up, and it looks like Troy Wagaman Jr. making his way out of his car, and we'll have a word with him in just a minute.
Heat race number 2 winner, Troy Wagaman Jr. You look like you did that with ease, man. You just kind of drove away from everybody.
Oh, it wasn't easy. I was really worried coming into that heat race. Having Larson there beside me, and I was struggling there in hot laps, so found something there before the heat and worked out.
Well, being a sprint car driver yourself, I mean, you know, do you ever get a little bit shell-shocked when you see a big name like Kyle Larson to your outside, especially when you're logged on to these computers here and doing it virtually, but even in real life, you still get that shell-shock when you get somebody that big to your outside?
Oh, yeah, it was intimidating, but once I got rolling, I was just hit my mark and keep turning laps, same as real life.
Well, you got some good passing points going into the qualifiers, Troy. You going to have the same success going in and try to lock yourself into the A feature for tonight?
Yeah, I'm hoping we'll tighten her up a little bit. Track's going to slick off here before the qualifier, and we're going to be coming from deep, so a little bit tougher traffic and bigger names there in the qualifier.
Can't do it by yourself, man. Who's responsible for getting you the heat race win here tonight?
I just got to thank Flat Out Sim Series and SimPro for putting on this great event.
That's your heat race number 2 winner, Troy Wagaman Jr. And as we say that, heat 3 already into the server, and it looks like we're going to get the grid rolled for you already. Gary McGuire going to be on the pole. Michael Coffey going to start to his outside, and Kelvin Morton going to start position number 3. Joshua Gaiman, who checked in on Twitter last night with the hashtag #TweetYourSeat, he'll roll off 4th in heat race number 3. And the Drake is going to have to start position 5th. No first name on him. Colton Hardy starts 6th. Shyla Brown looks like he's going to start 7th. And starting 8th looks like it's going to be Hillsdale, Michigan's John LaPresto. He's going to ride shotgun on the field.
Yeah, you mentioned no name on the Drake. It's actually car and actually dirt track racing legend Jay Drake starting in the 5th position. Jay Drake piloting that car in the 5th position.
We're getting ready to roll off here. Heat race number 3 as the grid gets ready to roll over. Looks like heat 3 going to get underway here in just a moment. And I really got to say, a lot of names here. I'm seeing Jay Drake, and Game has been to victory lane before as well. And Shyla Brown, I know, has won a few midget races himself. And John LaPresto has been around a long time. Can't count him out, even though he's starting shotgun on the field.
Yeah, one to keep an eye on during this heat race, starting in the 6th position and even the 7th position. Both Colton Hardy and Skylar Brown, both very fast here in the Power Ride midgets that we have going on here tonight, the SimPro Racing Chili Bowl. And it'll be interesting to see if those two drivers can pick off and make up some passing points here.
I'm going to take this opportunity to thank one of our sponsors, Action Wraps, and ActionWraps.com, your online source for motorsports and vehicle graphics. They offer services from lettering to full wraps and more. To get all the details about what they can do for you, go to ActionWraps.com for more details. And as we say that, we're getting ready to roll off heat race number 3, Mike, and a lot of pretty good action just off the lead here for the first 2 heat races. Flip count still at 18 through 2 heat races, and going to see if we're going to add to that or maybe catch ourselves on a good side-by-side finish like we had in one of the heat races last night. One of those heat races came down to 0.06 of a second at the strike.
Yeah, as it looks like now we've got the final driver making his way into the server, so that should make it so we can run the grid one more time. And we should have some pretty good racing here. You know, we haven't seen anyone really come from the back and make their way up to the front in any of our heats yet today. But it looks like with the field that we have right now, we should be able to do so.
8 drivers in the server, and I think the server just crashed or something. I just waiting to see if the other drivers got kicked out too, Mike.
Yeah, it's looking that way as we are all sitting here waiting to load back in. So at this time, we're going to take a quick commercial break, play some music, and we'll be back with you here in just a couple of minutes.
When you see the largest freestanding structure in the country, you know you're in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Come here in January and only means one thing: the biggest midget race in the country. What is it? The Chili Bowl. And it's hot.
All right, guys, welcome back. Sorry for that break in the coverage there. We had some technical difficulties. We had to tend to, but it looks like heat race number 3 on track now.
Heat race number 3 is indeed on track. 8 drivers going to be going for 8 laps. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be who's going to get the most passing points here through heat race number 3. And Gary McGuire going to start on the pole to his outside. Michael Coffey in the second spot. Calvin Morton starts third. Joshua Gaiman starts fourth. Jay Drake starts fifth. Colton Hardy sixth. Shyla Brown seventh. And John Lepresto rides shotgun.
So they'll lead their way into turn number 3. Gary McGuire, Michael Coffey on the front row as they head into 3, and the green flag flies. We are racing with heat race number 3. That start a little questionable. Let's see if they bring it back. And they do. Looks like Gary McGuire just wasn't quite feeling that, wasn't ready to go, and Mike Coffey got a little antsy, so we'll bring it back and we'll try that one again.
As they load in one more time, about 20 seconds or so before gridding closes here in heat race number 3 already. 6 of the 8 cars on the track. I'm seeing 7 now, 8, and it looks like we're just waiting on Gary McGuire to load in or so as the 8 cars get ready to roll off. We'll try it again one more time, Mike, as the cars have to be side by side when they hit that cone in turn 4.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said in the first heat, we are the admins here are not going to mess around with starts. They will bring them back if they don't like it. You do it twice in a row, you are going back a row as the field rolls off. Gary McGuire, Michael Coffey, Calvin Morton, Josh Gaiman, Jay Drake, Colton Hardy, Skylar Brown, and John Lepresto.
Field worked their way into turn 3 and 4 there down on the one end of the racetrack as they hit the cone, getting ready to see if the green flag will indeed fly. And yes, it does. We are green flag racing here in heat race number 3. Gary McGuire going to get the early jump. Michael Colby says it right into second. Joshua Gaiman tries to work to the inside of Calvin Morton there for third. Slide job out of 4, and he's going to clear him, but a little bit of contact with Calvin Morton and Josh Gaiman.
Skylar Brown already on the move. He's up 2 positions into 5th and trying for another. Skylar Brown all the way on the bottom, but he's got Colton Hardy right there behind him. Let's see what they can do as Calvin Morton also on the bottom. Brown will move it to the top side. We got a 3-way battle for the 4th position. Josh Gaiman's got to be hearing these guys coming behind him because they are moving.
Battle for the lead. Michael Coffey's there. He's trying to work to the inside of Gary McGuire as he drifts up a little bit. Coffey going to run right on the berm and trying to slide underneath him. Not going to get it done. Halfway down, halfway to go as Coffey gets rid of the leader. McGuire now in 2.
Side-by-side action here for the race lead. Coffey will get a run on the bottom. He'll take over the lead. Let's see if McGuire can come back at him. Contact. That'll move Mike Coffey to the top of the racetrack, and Gary McGuire will go back around him. As it looks like the yellow flag coming out. Issues for Colton Hardy.
Flip count going to go up to 19 with that one. Colton Hardy flipped pretty hard alongside, I believe, Josh Gaiman. We may actually be up to 20 flips already.
Yeah, it looks like 20 flips as Gaiman and Hardy will both go up and over. So the field runs down like this with 2 laps to go, and we go green. It's Gary McGuire on point, Mike Covey in the second spot, Calvin Morton behind him, followed by Skylar Brown, John Lopresto, Jay Drake, and then unfortunately an early end to heat race number 3 for Joshua Gaiman, who will finish off in 7th, and Colton Hardy, not what he was looking to do here. He'll finish off in the 8th spot.
Field gets ready to go back around just one more time, maybe one lap until we go back underneath the green flag here. 2 laps to go here in heat race number 3. Gary McGuire and Michael Covey have been trading slide jobs in contact with each other here. Going to see if that festers up a little bit, as there's just 6 cars left on track here in heat race number 3. Lights are indeed off. Probably going to go back green flag this time by.
So Gary McGuire on point. Let's see what he does here off the start. Pace car pulls it into the infield. McGuire will lead the field into turn number 3. They'll see the green flag out of turn number 4. They can't go green until that cone. Green flag flies, and we are back to racing.
McGuire going to get the jump. Covey right there alongside on the bottom. Shyler Brown trying to work to the inside of Calvin Morton, now going into 3. White flag in the air this time by for Gary McGuire. He's got to put together one more good lap as Covey's right there knocking on the door on the back straightaway. It's the 2-touch. Going into 3 and 4 for the final time. Covey tries to slide into McGuire. Not going to happen. Checker flag in the air. Gary McGuire going to win heat race 3.
Mike Covey will come across in the 2nd spot. Calvin Morton will finish off in 3rd. Skylar Brown will take it from 7th and finish it off in the 4th spot. Lopresto, Drake, Gaiman, and Hardy will round off the field here in heat race number 3.
Quite a battle there as those two were not really being very friendly to each other. Covey had to do what he had to do, but going to have heat race number 3 winner Gary McGuire. Gary, you did it. You had a little bit of push and shoving going on there with Michael Covey. That was not so easy. Tell us about the heat race.
Oh, no. That was just a little rubbing. Rubbing's racing. It's Chili Bowl. You got to expect that type of stuff to happen.
California native Gary McGuire, a regular viewer to Silver Dollar Speedway out there in Chico, California. I know midgets are your bread and butter a little bit out there, but going into the qualifiers, you got what it takes to bring home the victory tonight?
We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully they do some track prep before the qualifiers, and hopefully they get the bottom to come in. And I don't know. We'll see what we got. We'll throw something at it and go for the gusto.
That's your heat race number 3 winner, Gary McGuire. Gary, who makes it happen for you there on that machine? Can't do it by yourself, man.
I want to thank Bo and KJ and everybody here at Simpro that helps put this thing on. Got to thank my sponsor, 360 Fly, and everybody watching at home. Thanks for tuning in.
Again, that's heat race 3 winner, Gary McGuire. Gary, congratulations, man. We'll hope for the best for you tonight.
All right, thanks, Justin.
Mike, heat race number 4 getting ready to get underway. Several drivers making their way into the server already. And Mike, that was some pretty interesting things going on there. Yeah, Rubb is racing, but Covey and McGuire are going to have to see if that flares up a little bit as the night goes along.
Yeah, definitely, and that's the kind of things you start to see as the Chili Bowl goes on. Tensions start running high. It's make or break it. There's so little, so few positions in the A main, and so many people trying to get there. A little rubbing can turn into a lot of rubbing real quick.
Going to take an opportunity to thank another one of our sponsors, Fast Forward Media, who is powering the broadcast here tonight. Fast Forward Media, your source for online video of outlaw kart racing, micro sprints, and 360s on the West Coast. And again, those guys providing the coverage here tonight. They're the ones pushing the buttons as the grid gets ready to roll up for heat race number 4. And on the pole will be Grant Riles. It is outside. It looks like it's going to be...
When you see the largest freestanding structure in the country, you know
they're going to be Maley 51. Going to get a first name on that here in just a moment here. But as it stands, Rich Foreman looks like he's going to roll off 3rd, and Josh Newman going to roll off 4th. Dylan Paddock starts 5th to his outside in the 6th row, and row number 3 going to be Cole McCubbin. 7th spot going to go to KJ Holly. And Kevin Holly, no stranger to going from the back to the front. And Tony Wall, they're going to ride shotgun on the 8-car field here in Heat Race 4.
8 cars, 8 laps, as it looks like we just lost a driver, which will probably send the server back to warm-ups. As it looks like that P2, his name is Mark Malipard. That is the name on position number 2. We'll send it back and let that driver get right back into the server. We'll try it again here for heat race number 4.
Flip count going to be at 20 through the first 3 heat races of the night and all of night number 1 itself. So already 1/3 of the way to the 60 goal, if you want to call it that, of flips, because the Chili Bowl had 59. Some guys, you think Mike would want to try to top that, but I know a lot of guys are going to be disappointed if they hit that flip count number.
Yeah, as a fan, you want to see it, and as a driver, you don't want that number to be that high. As it looks like we're rolling on over and ready to do race number 4. Grant Riles, Mark Maley, Rich Foreman, Josh Newman, Dylan Paddock, Cole McCubbin, Kevin J. Holly, and Tony Guwalda, all scheduled to take the green flag here as they start to pace their way around. The lights out, and we'll go green out of turn number 4.
Field getting ready to file by just one more time. Grant Wiles is going to be on the pole. Mark Malapart going to be to his outside. Rich Foreman, Josh Newman, your top 4 is the field. 2 by 2 in lockstep, going to roll through turns 3 and 4. So get ready for the green flag.
The green flag flies. We are underway as it looks like Grant Riles will take the early race lead. Bailey in second, but Dylan Paddock to the inside of him. They'll roll into turns 1 and 2. Paddock on the inside, Maley on the outside. Let's see this side-by-side battle down the back straightaway. Paddock now with a nose as they head out of turn number 4. Give lap number 2 to Dylan Paddock. So Grant Riles still your race leader. Dylan Paddock in the second spot. Josh Newman will drop back to 3rd, followed by Guwalda, Foreman, Holly, Maley all the way back to 7th, and Cole McCubbin will round off your field as he actually gets by Maley. Maley looks like he's going to pull it down into the infield. So Grant Riles with quite a bit on the race lead right now, just about a second ahead of Dylan Paddock in the second spot in that ARM Racing machine, followed by Jake Newman's field. Pretty spread out here. Right now the battle is for the 4th spot as Kevin J. Holly and Tony Guwalda running side by side. Guwalda currently with the advantage. Remember, Guwalda started back in the 8th position all the way up to 4th now. As we work around, just about a lap and a half to go for your race leader, Grant Riles. He'll round turn number 4. White flag is in the air. One more time around. Grant Riles, your race leader. Dylan Paddock in 2nd. Jake Newman still in 3rd. Tony Guwalda in 4th as he rounds the final turn. Grant Riles will take heat race number 4. Dylan Paddock will take 2nd. Josh Newman will finish off in 3rd. Tony Guwalda with the 4th spot. Kevin J. Holly 5th. Rich Foreman 6th. Cole McCubbin and Mark Malapool will round off the field here in heat race number 4.
Heat race number 4 there again, won by Grant Riles. Wired the field through the 8 laps of the heat race number 4. And Mike, you've caught up with him for an interview.
Grant Riles getting out front early there and leading your way all the way to the checkered flag. Grant, great run here for heat race in the Chili Bowl. Going to put you into some good standings for the qualifiers. You got to be feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, man. I'm glad it worked out that way, getting up front. Sure made it a lot easier. I'm kind of new to these cars, so it ended up going well.
So you won your heat race at the Chili Bowl. That's going to seed you into a qualifier in a pretty decent spot. What's it going to take to start that A main and finish in one of those top 4 spots?
Just staying clean. Kind of watching the first few laps, staying out of trouble, and really focus on racing. The last part of the race, and just kind of stay out of trouble the first part.
Now I know you can't do it alone. You got to have some sponsors you want to thank for that.
Just want to thank my team, D1RT, turning laps with me. Me and Dylan been kind of throwing setups back and forth, and Austin Carr also. And I feel like we got some pretty dialed setups, so that's about it.
Well, congratulations, Grant, and good luck with the rest of your evening.
All right, thanks, guys.
Heat race number 5 getting ready to roll into the server. Another 8 drivers going to complete the 40-car field here at the night number 2 of the 6th annual Sim Chili Bowl Nationals, presented by Loud Pedal TV. Nick Cooper, the New York sprint car and micro sprint standout, he's going to roll off on the pole of heat race number 5 to his outside. Looks like it's going to be Dave Reed. Cody Sales to start 3rd, and it looks like it's going to be Cody Trammell starting 4th, and Brock Barrett going to roll off 5th. 6th goes to Kyle Deering, and Kevin Briscoe And another driver going to start off on the 8th. We'll get the full name for him. I don't have that on my paperwork just yet, Mike, but 8
That
drivers
is
in heat
actually-
row number 5.
Dan Ricehouse will start in position number 8. Dan Ricehouse.
Ricehouse going to roll off shotgun on the field. Kevin Briscoe chases dad, former Indiana sprint car standout. He's going to try his hand at the sim racing and see how he stacks up with the rest of the drivers. There's the green flag already in the air here in heat race number 5.
Nick Cooper with a great start there. He'll lead the field into turn number 3, but Cody Sale will quick jump to the bottom of the speedway. They're going to run side by side. Sale to the inside of Cooper. Let's see if he can make it stick. Not going to happen this time by. Cody Sale, though, all over him. Contact. Let's see what he can do here. Cooper will jump to the top side and lose a little time. Cody Sale will take over the lead. So Cody Trammell now up into the 2nd spot. Cooper back to the 3rd position. But now look at Trammell to the inside of Sale. They're going to run side by side through 1 and 2. Give the position to Cody Trammell. Cody Trammell, your new race leader. Now keep an eye on Brock Barrett. Barrett now up to the 3rd spot. He is on the move and hunting down your race leader. Still side by side, though, for the lead. Trammell on the bottom, Sale on the top. Cooper battling it out with Brock Barrett right now for the 3rd spot.
As we're halfway through heat race number 5, Brock Bear still trying to work to the inside of Nick Cooper. Cody Sale trying to work on Cody Trammell here as we reach the late stages of heat race 5.
So Trammell still leads the way. Sale in the 2nd spot. We're going to see the white flag come out this time by 1 more lap to go. Trammell safely in 1st, but right now we've got a 3-way battle heating up for the 2nd spot. Barrett will take it topside. Now they're hunting down Trammell. We got Cody Trammell coming out of turn number 4. He will take the race win. It looks like Cody Sale will keep 2nd. Brock Barrett edging out Nick Cooper for 3rd. Cooper will finish off in 4th spot. Risky Brisky. Kevin Briscoe will finish off in 5th. Kyle Deering 6th. Dan Ricehouse in 7th. And Dave Reed will finish off in the 8th spot.
That will complete the 5 heat races on the schedule for tonight and get ready to roll off here into the qualifiers here. But in just a couple of moments, going to interview heat race number 5, Cody Trammell. Cody, it looked like you got a little bit loose there late in the going, but you still managed to pull off the heat race win.
Yeah, I got a little loose on the bottom, about spot out there for a second, but I caught the inside berm and finally got it gathered up right there at the end. I thought they were closer than that, but I guess I had a gap between me.
Man, you can't do it by yourself, but man, I know you got a lot of guys supporting you. You know, you got a good run going into the qualifiers. Can you do what it takes to get yourself into the 8th feature and lock yourself into the championship A main?
I'm going to do my best, but can't do it without my sponsors, Speed Shift TV and HFN, all them guys over there, Bo Brogny and all them guys, and you guys. I mean, everyone put this whole thing together, so appreciate it all, and we'll see if we can put it into the Wednesday night. Amen.
That's your heat race winner of heat race number 5, Cody Trammell. Cody, good luck to you. We'll hope to see you in Victory Lane later tonight. And Mike, that's going to complete heat race action on the night. Qualifiers coming up here in just a moment here as we're waiting on passing points, but everybody else looks like they're going to try to make their way and gain for lost time here from what they lost in the heat races.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have a few minutes while they figure out the point system here for the qualifiers, so we could take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes here with the qualifiers.
Waking up to ash and dust, I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals. I'm breaking in, shaping up, then checking out on the prison bus. This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa, I'm waking up. I feel it in my bones, enough to make my system blow. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. revolution, I suppose. We're painted red to fit right in. Whoa. I'm breaking in, shaping up, then checking out on the prison bus. This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa, I'm waking up, I feel it in my bones. Enough to make my system slow. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. All systems go. Sun hasn't died. Deep in my bones, straight from inside. I'm waking up. I feel it in my bones. Enough to make my system glow. Welcome to the new age. To the new age. Welcome to the new age. To the new age.
I've been cast out this quest to push the fuck around. Blindsided and beaten, locked up and bound. I always thought I was human, but maybe I was wrong. Been treated like an animal since the day I was born. The wolves that I wear are like the crown upon a king. So heavy they lie with all the pain that they bring. My life is full of longing, but for one I'll never know. I've been down into the fire, it's a reap what I saw. Like a
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 6th annual Sim Chili Bowl Nationals. This is prelim night number 2, and we've got qualifiers coming back up here in just a few minutes. My name is Mike Burba, and I've got Justin Rose now alongside me tonight calling the action. And Justin, we've seen some pretty great heat race action. Now the track's changed just a little bit from what we had in the heat races. It looks like the groups moved up just a little bit, and we should have more of a on-the-wall type top going on here. What do you think, Justin?
Well, I'm thinking it's looking like it's going to be pretty interesting to see because we had some pretty good racing in our qualifiers last night. Flip count already up to 21 through all 5 of our heat races here. Going to see how much higher that climbs through the qualifiers. Is Nick Cooper, Cody Sale, Troy Wagaman, Skylar Brown, and more. It looks like they're going to be racing here in qualifier number 1. Looks like we're going to have roughly 3 qualifiers on the night. I see about 14 drivers in the server already, so that's going to be roughly about 3 qualifiers on the evening.
Yeah, I believe 3 qualifiers is the is what we're going to see out here today. I believe 14 or 15 drivers in each qualifier scheduled.
As we get ready to roll here in just a few moments, going to thank our presenting sponsor, Loud Pedal TV. Loud Pedal Productions, the official media provider for the United States Auto Club, as well as the leader in dirt track video production across America. Welcome to the new chapter in weekly race coverage from coast to coast. For more info on shows and other content they provide, go to www.loudpedal.tv. I'm going to thank another one of our sponsors, Action Wraps. Action Wraps is your online source for motorsports and vehicle graphics, offering services from lettering to full wraps and more. To get all the details on the services they can provide for you, go to www.actionwraps.com.
It looks like grids are starting to roll in here for qualifier number 1, and we're going to start from the top. It looks like Tim Gamble starting on the front row, starting pole outside of him. You'll see Skylar Brown. Moving on back to row number 2, you'll see on the inside, starting position number 3, that's Cody Sale, and outside of him, one of our heat race action winners tonight, the founder of Simpro Racing, Mr. Gary McGuire. Back to row number 3, we see Dylan Paddock starting position number 5, and Troy Wagaman Jr. starting position number 6. Kyle Larson will start position number 7.
Kevin Bristol going to roll off 8th on the grid. Nick Cooper 9th. Jay Drake going to roll off 10th on the grid. 11th going to go to Cole Kirkman. Cole McCubbin going to roll off 12th. Colton Hardy 13th. And Dave Reed going to ride shotgun 14th in the field as the field gets ready to grid. 14 cars, 10 laps, qualifier number 1. It's anybody's guess. It's go or go home time as you try to lock yourself into the A feature for tonight.
Definitely going to be a good one to see here. Is a big shout out to Brett Wheeler. Brett, normally one of our commentators here for this big race, but Brett having some medical issues and finding himself unable to even sit at the computer to help us out here this evening. We miss you, Brett, and hope you get well pretty soon here as we roll off qualifier number 1.
Yeah, get well soon, Brett. I hate to see you in such a position the way you have been. You've been a quality announcer here for the dirt community for years, and I hope you get better soon. Pace car going to dive to the infield as we get ready to roll off qualifier number 1. Field in the hands of Tim Campbell and Skylar Brown as we get ready to work through turns 3 and 4. Green flag in the air. We're underway already in qualifier number 1. Tim Campbell going to get the jump. Cody Sale goes from 3rd to 1st with a slide job inside of Tim Campbell already as Skylar Brown up on the fence. Is her 2 wide for the lead out of 4.
Yeah, you look back, you see 3, 4, and even 5 wide all the way through the field. Cody Sale, Skylar Brown, but Brown with a big mistake. He drops all the way back to 6. Dylan Paddock will inherit the 2nd position. Kyle Larson now up to 3rd as we move through the field. Nick Cooper, Gary McGuire, that's your top 5. Battling it out side by side right now for the 2nd spot. Larson to the inside of Paddock. Let's see what he can do here. Larson on the bottom, Paddock up top. Cody Sale still all by himself in the lead. They've got side-by-side action for 2nd and for 4th.
Kyle Larson still working to the inside, slides up. Not going to get to Dylan Paddock just yet. Is Paddock going to try to go around the cushion, around the outside of Cody Sale? But Sale going to get a better run off the bottom as we're coming around this time by. Halfway down, halfway to go as Kyle Larson tries the slide job. Dylan Paddock not going to make it stick as Larson still works the berm to the inside of Paddock.
Cody Sale, still your race leader. He is now starting to feel the pressure from Dylan Paddock. It's a 3-way battle now, turning in for the race lead. Kyle Larson on the bottom. Dylan Paddock trying to round on the top. He is all over the rear bumper of Cody Sale. They will go side by side, and they will see 3 laps to go. Dylan Paddock to the race lead. He'll roll the bottom. Let's see if Cody Sale can counter him on the top. He'll get a better run as they head into 3 and 4. 2 laps to go this time by. Paddock on the bottom. Cody Sale still on the top. They'll run side by side with Larson right behind him. Sale with a better run down the back straightaway, and he'll regain the race lead. Let's see what Dylan Paddock can do as they see the white flag.
White flag in the air. Cody Sale going to ride the high side. Dylan Paddock on the bottom. Kyle Larson's trying to hang tough there in 3rd, right there with him through 3 and 4 for the final time in qualifier 1. Checker flag in the air. Cody Sale going to use the top side to get back around Dylan Paddock. Kyle Larson 3rd, Nick Cooper 4th, Colton Hardy 5th, Gary McGuire 6th, Skylar Brown 7th, Troy Wagaman Jr. 8th, 9th goes to Cole McCubbin, Cole Kirkman 10th, Jay Drake 11th, Tim Campbell 12th, Dave Reed 13th, and Kevin Briscoe going to come home 14th and last in qualifier number 1.
So great racing there in qualifier number 1 as it looks like Justin's going to go trackside here with Cody Sale.
Cody Sale, you ran the bottom pretty much through the first half of qualifier number 1. Then you moved up to the top side once Paddock got to the inside of you, Cody. Tell us about that run and just how hard it was to hold off Paddock when he was trying to work you so hard. Little bit of technical difficulties. Cody Sale, you got us up in the tower?
Just got word Cody Sale not able to make it up here with his having some issues there, not able to talk to us. So congratulations, Cody Sale, and good luck there.
Get ready to roll off qualifier number 2, and Cody Sale, congratulations to him. He had to earn it though, Mike, because it's not easy when you got somebody trying to bang to your inside, and then all of a sudden you find yourself on the outside of the racetrack having to make it work. As he certainly shown that he has what it takes to win the A feature tonight.
Yes, definitely, but we also saw the pressure getting put on him by Dylan Paddock. He will be one to watch as the rest of the evening goes on, and don't count out Kyle Larson. You know, Larson hasn't been racing here for quite a while and decided he was going to come back and run the Chili Bowl. Just got on here probably about 3 days ago, and pressure in there. He was all over those guys sitting at that third spot in qualifier number 1.
Again, flip count at 21. And going to throw a big shout out to Brett Wheeler as he tweeted at us at SimPro Racing at JRosedown91. That's my Twitter. Says hashtag tweet my seat, hashtag flip count, hashtag Sim Chili Bowl. You don't want to see my seat for the tweet, but tuning in and looking good. Thanks, Brett, for following along, man. I hope you feel better, at least not in so much pain, and you enjoyed the action here tonight.
Yeah, definitely glad to see that you're able to tune in and watch with us tonight. Wish you were up here in the booth with us, but glad to see that you're doing all right now and able to tune in and watch the live coverage provided by Fast Forward Media here of the 6th Annual Sim Chili Bowl Nationals presented by Loud Pedal TV. And while we're waiting for qualifier number 2 to roll off, we want to thank another one of our sponsors. Big thanks to ActionWraps.com. ActionWraps.com, your leading source of graphics of all types, from vehicle wraps to vehicle letterings. We can do it all. For more information, go to www.actionwraps.com.
I'm going to take this opportunity to welcome another one of our sponsors, Total Performance Racing. Dylan Schiebel Designs and SWS Chassis for also throwing their support behind this big event, which is the 6th Annual SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Sim Nationals. As we get ready to roll off in qualifier number 2, waiting for Derek Ricehouse to be able to get the track in order. Looks like he's got a big mismatch going on, and that's going to happen here in R-Factor sometimes. Sometimes guys not going to have the right files they need to get into the server, and that's what we're witnessing here as there's a slight delay in rolling off in qualifier number 2. 14 drivers in the server. We see Grant Riles, who won Heat Race, and Kevin J. Holly. Also here, Darren Elvey, Cody Trammell, Dale Grother, Todd LeBou, and several others alongside for the ride. It looks like there's going to be another 14 drivers here in qualifier number 2.
We're going to have a quick shout out to SpeedShift TV. SpeedShift TV tuning in here tonight as they also have a big race going on this week down there in Arizona, I believe at Canyon Speedway. They've got that winter challenge going on, the big non-wing race. But big shout out to SpeedShift TV tuning in here tonight, and they wanted to congratulate their driver for coming in and taking that win. I believe it was one of the heat races, so congratulations to them, and thanks for tuning in, SpeedShift TV.
Gonna throw another shout out to Woo Updates, World of Outlaws updates, that is. Board, check out the @SimPro Racing Chili Bowl Midget Nationals. Great action, hashtag useless Sim Chili Bowl, hashtag Sim Chili Bowl. And you can follow along with our hashtags tonight, hashtag tweet your seat, hashtag flip count, and hashtag useless Sim Chili Bowl. And for all the action on Twitter, just follow along in using those hashtags. And if you tweet at us, we'll try to get you mentioned on the air here tonight as the grid rolls. 13 drivers. Looks like it's going to take the grid here in qualifier number 2.
Another shout out while we've got the chance here. Shout out to Grandstand Videos. Grandstand Videos out by me here in Wisconsin. One of the he does a lot of videoing of all our sprint car racing action. Big shout out to him for tuning in and watching here, as it looks like we're rolling out qualifier number 2. Seth Bester on point. Mike Cobby outside of him. Darren Elvey will start position number 3. Grant Riles, one of our heat race winners, he'll start position number 4. Dale Grother will start position number 5. Cody Trammell, position number 6. Calvin Morton will start position number 7, followed by Andrew Chenoweth. Todd LeBou will start position number 9. Dan Ricehouse, position number 10. Austin Davis will start position number 11, followed by Joshua Gaiman and Zach Radart. Then you'll see Cody, I believe that's it. Actually, Zach Radart rounding off the field in position number 13. So the field rolling around. Sebester and Covey on point. We'll go green flag racing out of turn number 4. Sebester and Covey will lead the field in, and they're looking for the green flag, and we are green with qualifier number 2.
Darren Elvey going to try to work to the inside as Covey spins and goes around, and we are going to get a full field restart here as the Evans did not like the way the guys were gaming that start a little bit there, Mike, and the guys Chevester, I think, win a little bit early on that one.
Yeah, it definitely actually looked like Covey, I think, got a little antsy, and that tricked Chevester into going. He took off, and it kind of caused a train reaction by Covey slowing down. They stacked him up, and it was just mayhem there in turn number 1. So we're going to see a restart here and trying it again. Chevester and Covey back on point.
As the cars get ready to make their way on the grid for qualifier number 2, the field going to roll off already. It looks like we're going to open up warm-up as Calvin Morton fell out of the server. So again, just a slight delay here in qualifier 2. We'll get that updated for you and rolled off here in just a moment. Calvin Morton entering the server once again. They're going to take the opportunity to thank our event provider and supporter. SimPro Racing is the leader in simulation dirt open wheel racing, offering sanctioned series with the PowerEye and MOA Sprint Car Series banners. Using the R-Factor simulation, the casual fan in the stands can race against some of the drivers who do it for real on Saturday nights. For more information on how to get started today, go to www.simproracing.com for more details. And as the field gets ready to roll off in qualifier number 2, again, Seth Chevester going to be on the front row. Out his outside, it's going to be Michael Covey completing that front row. Darren Elby, Grant Riles, 3rd and 4th. Dale Grover, Cody Trammell, 5th and 6th. Calvin Morton, Andrew Chenoweth, 7 and 8th. Todd LeBeau and Dan Ricehouse going to roll off 9th and 10th. Austin Davis, Joshua Gaiman, Zach Rader going to complete the 13-car field here in qualifier 2 as a pace car rolls off, and now field getting ready to roll 2x2 onto the back straightaway. Going to go green, hopefully this time by, and stay green as the field gets ready for their second restart on the evening as Chevester and Covey roll through turns 3 and 4. Pace car in the infield already, looking for that green flag as we hit the cone, and Covey going to get the jump over Chevester on that green flag.
Chevester with a huge mistake there that'll drop him all the way back to 4th, but he'll get a run on the outside. Mike Covey with the early race lead, but now Cody Trammell on the outside of Darren Elby. They will run side by side for the second spot. Elby on the bottom, Trammell up top. Let's see what they can do here. Elby will continue to run the bottom as Covey starting to pull away, as now looks like Grant Riles will slide in. That'll send Darren Elby into the infield. He'll drop back all the way to the 8th position.
As Calvin Morton tries to work the outside, he's right in the tire tracks of Cody Trammell. Grant Riles going to try to work the inside berm as all your top 3 going to roll up to the high side as we're already 3 laps in the books, 4 this next time by. 6 laps to go in qualifier number 2. It's all Michael Covey out front.
The Michael Covey, your race leader, but now he's starting to feel the pressure as Cody Trammell starts to close the gap. Calvin Morton still in the 3rd spot. Grant Riles and Seth Chevester, your top 5. Keep an eye on Zach Radart, started in the 13th spot, up to 6th already. Let's see what Zach Radart can do as he starts moving through the field. So Mike Covey still out in front. He's got about a 5-6 car length advantage over Cody Trammell. Calvin Morton now trying to get around Trammell, but that's not going to happen as Grant Riles now to the bottom side. He's going to try and go around Calvin Morton.
3 laps to go in qualifier number 2. Darren Elby trying to work on Zach Rader. Rader from 13th to 5th, and he's got a long way to go to get up to the top 4 as Riles and Morton try to trade slide jobs a little bit now going into turn number 3. Riles still on the bottom. Cody Trammell right there in front of him in second. Covey still running the high side through turn number 1 and 2. White flag in the air next time by for Michael Covey.
The Mike Covey will come around and see the white flag one more time around for your race leader. Now Grant Riles tries to get a slide job going, not going to make it happen. They're going to run side by side for the 3rd spot as they round the final turn for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. Mike Covey will take qualifier number 2. Cody Trammell's going to come across in 2nd. Calvin Morton will take 3rd. Grant Riles will finish off in 4th. Zach Radart from the 13th spot. That is some passing points right there because he'll finish off in 5th. Darren Elby, Dale Grother, Andrew Chelowitz, Todd LeBeau, Josh Gaiman, Austin Davis, Seth Chevester, and that is your field here in qualifier number 2.
Flip count going to go up to 23 after qualifier number 2 after Dan Ricehouse, Seth Chevester both flipped entering their qualifier on the night, and Mike Covey going to be your qualifier number 2 winner. Mike, you're caught up with the other Mike.
We're down here with Mike Covey. How are you doing tonight, Mike? Mike Covey, you got a copy. All right, not looking like we're going to be able to get a word here with Mike Coffey.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Oh, here we are. Mike Coffey, how you doing tonight, man?
Very good. Awesome to get that win off my back.
Now, Mike, you ran out front for most of that race, and it looked like you really liked the way you were running on the racetrack. You pretty much led that one to the checkered flag. You got to have some sponsors you want to thank.
Yeah, Mr. Dent Collision Repair, and big thanks to my cousin Logan Martin for stepping up and helping me tune this bad girl in. She was wicked fast.
Well, congratulations, Mike, and good luck in tonight's A-Main.
Thank you.
Qualifier number 3 getting ready to get loaded into the server drivers like Kevin J. Holly, John LaPresto, Gary McGuire, who won a heat race along with Cole Cabry and a few other drivers that did very well in their heat race here in this qualifier. Mike, we got ourselves a little bit of a stacked house here in qualifier number 3.
Yeah, qualifier number 3 should be pretty interesting. Here is another shout out here. Belleville High Banks tuning in tonight, enjoying the at Sim Pro Racing Chili Bowl. Glad to hear that we've got the Belleville High Banks tuning in. So a lot of big names in here. We're tuning in, watching tonight. Shout out to Caleb Montgomery, second night of the Sim Chili Bowl at Sim Pro Racing. Hashtag useless Sim Chili Bowl. Hashtag tweet my seat and hashtag Sim Chili Bowl. Caleb Montgomery, another driver that you'll be able to see here running in the Sim Chili Bowl Nationals, as they're gridding up here for qualifier number 3.
As it looks like it's going to end up being John LaPresto, the Hillsdale, Michigan native, going to roll off on the pole. Josh Newman to his outside. Looks like in third spot going to be Brock Barrett. Tony Walder going to start fourth. Cole Cabry, what heat race winner, going to roll off fifth. And it looks like Justin Clark going to roll off on the sixth spot. Kevin J. Holly going to roll off seventh. Grandpa John McClellan going to roll off eighth. And missing somebody who's going to run ninth, and see Rich Foreman starts 10th, 11th to Corey Doozer, and going to open up a few more spots on the grid for the remainder of the drivers not yet to run their qualifier on the evening.
So we got some big names in this qualifier as it appears. Brock Barrett, the one that we saw starting to move towards the end of his heat race. Let's see what he in the qualifier. Kevin J. Holly not having the heat that he wanted, but as we move to a little bit slicker of a track, the track slicked off just a little bit, so let's see if Kevin can move a little bit better here in this one. The high points man in this heat race, he'd be third high in points coming into the qualifiers. Justin Clark starting 6th. Let's see if he can move his way through the field as Cole Cabry and Tony Gualda, another couple of big names in front of him. So we got a pretty stacked field, and it should be interesting to see what our third and final qualifier has to offer us.
Go ahead and tweet to us tonight. Follow along on Twitter with the hashtags UselessSimChiliBowl, hashtag tweet your seat. Send us a picture of what you're looking at tonight's event with, and follow along with the hashtag flipcount, as we're already up to 23 through 2 qualifiers and 5 heat races on the evening. And we're going to also invite you to tweet at us at SimPro Racing, at Fast4 Media, and you can also tweet at me, my personal Twitter, at JRosenow91 on Twitter, and we'll try to mention you as the night goes along. And thanks to everybody who's tweeted at us so far here through the night as we're getting ready to round up qualifiers and head into the main features.
Another shout out here to the Top Row Rowdies tuning in here watching tonight, and a shout out to Travis Labatt, Brennan Rogers, and Caleb Montgomery again, all sitting over there with the Top Row Rowdies enjoying the night. Brennan Rogers, good friend of our track prep officer, Darnelli Jones. Darnelli Jones providing us with the awesome racing service that we've seen here all week so far, and qualifier number 3 now rolling out to the track.
John LaPresto going to be on the pole. Josh Newman his outside. Brock Barrett 3rd. Tony Gualda 4th. Again, Cole Cabry 5th. Justin Clark going to roll off 6th. Kevin J. Holly 7th. Grandpa John McClellan going to roll off 8th. 9th to Kyle Deering. 10th to Rich Foreman. Corey Doozer 11th. Gary McGuire 12th. And Mark Malapard going to roll off shotgun in the 13th spot. 13 drivers, 10 laps on the board here in qualifier number 3. This is the last shot that you have to lock yourself into the A feature here tonight.
The field's starting to roll around here. LaPresto and Newman, your front row. We'll see the green flag out of turn number 4. They got to make sure that they're side by side, they're nose to tail. They cannot go into the cone, and I can see this one going back. We'll see as they go green.
As underway already, John LaPresto with the early lead. Cole Cabry going to slide through on the bottom. He's going to go up from 5th to 3rd, and he's already working to the inside of Josh Newman, who himself is trying to work the leader, John LaPresto, as the admin's going to let that one go. As Cabry going to give a little bit of a love tap to Newman. As Cabry now up to 2nd. Tony Gualda shoots the gap 3 wide. He's going to go up to the high side. He's going to try to roll around the outside for 2nd.
So John LaPresto, your leader, as the yellow flag will come out. Let's see how they score. John LaPresto, your leader. Kevin J. Holly from the 8th spot. He sits in 2nd. So it's LaPresto, Holly, Gualda, no Cabry maybe. We'll see how they score it out, but I believe it was Gualda in 3rd. Yes, it was. Cabry back in 4th. Brock Barrett in 5th. Justin Clark hasn't moved anywhere yet. He still sits in 6th. As Josh Newman, your loser right now, as he drops back to the 7th spot. Kyle Deering, Rich Foreman, Mark Malipool, John McClellan, Corey Doozer. That's the field here, is Corey Doozer. The cause of that yellow flag. Didn't quite see what happened there. We'll have to go back and see if that was a flip that we had to add to the count.
Get that updated for you. Potentially the flip count could go up to 24. Sitting at 23 at the moment. Pace car could be diving to the infield at the moment, and it looks like we're going to go around for another lap. John LaPresto again going to restart with 7 laps to go here in the qualifier. Out in the lead with Kevin J. Holly right behind him. Tony Gualda, Cole Cabry, Brock Barrett going to complete the top 5 in the order, as it looks like we will go green possibly next time by. And again, John LaPresto has led it so far, but Gualda with a nasty move up the middle to go from 3rd to 2nd just before the caution, as Kevin J. Holly got around him as that caution flag wave. Pace car to the infield. John LaPresto going to control this restart as we go through 3 and 4, and looking for that green flag. As the green flag waves once again, it's going to be a good jump for John LaPresto. As Cole Cabry going to feed a wheel to Tony Gualda. Is Brock Barrett now going to slip to the inside for 3rd. It's all John LaPresto on the high side out front. Kevin J. Holly got to have his hands full. He's got Brock Barrett and Tony Gualda breathing as Gualda tries to roll the high side. High, wide, and handsome around the quarter mile.
John LaPresto, your race leader, starting to pull away. It's Kevin J. Holly and Tony Gualda right now battling it out for 2nd, but Brock Barrett trying to stick a nose in there. Brock Barrett trying to make a new lane on the inside of Kevin J. Holly, but it's not going to happen this time.
LaPresto still with the lead as we're coming around this time by. Looks like it's going to be 4 laps to go as LaPresto still hanging on. He's got about a half a straightaway lead as Kevin J. Holly, Tony Gualda, they're trading a little bit of rubber with each other, touching wheels as, Gualda gets a heavy right rear from Kevin J. Holly as he goes up to the high side. That's going to allow Cole Cabry to sneak to his inside. Gualda from 2nd to 4th as he does the same thing right back to Cole Cabry as it's single file as we're working this time by. 2 laps to go.
So 2 more times, about a lap and a half actually left here in this main event. They'll round the final turn to get the white flag this time by 1 lap to go for your race leader, John LaPresto. Kevin J. Holly and Cole Cabry, your top 3 as they spread out just a little bit. The leader will round the final set of turns and the checkered flag in the air. John LaPresto will take the win. Kevin J. Holly in 2nd. Cole Cabry will take 3rd. Tony Gualda, Brock Barrett, Justin Clark, Josh Newman, Kyle Deering, Rich Foreman, John McClellan, Mark Malipool, Corey Doozer, and that's the field here in qualifier number 3.
As we get ready to update the flip count for you here in just a moment. Here, going to stand by here with Hillsdale, Michigan native John LaPresto wins qualifier number 3. John, that was a little bit of hairiness going on behind you, but it looked like you had it all in control here from the green flag. And John's not going to have a mic with us here for the evening, so congratulations to you, John. Hope you do the best in the features, and we'll see how you shake out as the night goes along. But Mike, I believe our flip count did indeed go up to 24.
Yes, it did. We are up to 24 on the flip count, and that will be our official flip count here as we end the qualifier section of our night number 2. It looks like we've got B mains coming up in just a minute, and
as we get ready to go to the B mains, I think it's going to be time for us to step aside for a few moments, gather our breath as we get ready to roll B main number 1 here in just a few moments. You're watching the 6th Annual Sim Chili Bowl Nationals here on Fast 4 Media, powered by Loud Pedal TV.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and we're going to jump right into B main action here with the 6th annual Sim Chili Bowl. We have the first of 2 B mains on track right now, and Justin, go ahead with the lineup.
Colton Hardy going to be on the pole, starting his outside on the front row. Darren Elby going to roll off second. Skylar Brown going to roll off third. Andrew Chenoweth fourth. Cole McCubbin starts fifth. Rich Foreman sixth. Cole Kirkman seventh. Tim Campbell eighth. Jay Drake ninth. Kevin Briscoe 10th. Corey Doozer 11th. Dave Reed 12th. And I believe that's going to be 12 cars in the B main. So yes, 12 cars in B main, 15 laps here in B main number 1. Pace car to the infield. Field in the hands of Colton Hardy. Darren Elby to his outside. Going to see if we get the green flag here through 4.
Green flag flies, and we are underway. Colton Hardy with the early lead, but he'll make a huge mistake, drop him all the way back to 7. So Darren Elby, your new race leader. Skylar Brown, though, on the bottom side. He'll get second spot now, going for the race lead. 12 drivers taking 4 to the A main and only 15 laps to do it. Darren Elby, Skylar Brown, and Andrew Chegel with your top 3 right now. Cole McCubbin on the transfer bubble.
McCubbin's got his hands full. He's got several drivers trying to work to his outside. Colton Hardy, Cole Kirkman, all trying to go the long way around him as Colton Hardy goes up into the fence and over the cushion through turns 3 and 4 that last time by, but rockets down the front straightaway as Kevin Briscoe going to put a slide job on Cole Kirkman. Kevin Briscoe up from dead last all the way up to the 6th spot, trying to get up to Colton Hardy to try to battle with Cole McCubbin for that 4th and final transfer spot.
Colton Hardy really putting the pressure on Cole McCubbin. Hardy on the top, McCubbin on the bottom. They're going to run side by side, 10 laps to go. Darren Elby starting to walk away with this one. Skylar Brown still in 2nd, and Andrew Chegowith in the 3rd spot. Chegowith and Brown still battling it out as Hardy now into the transfer spot, but keep an eye on Risky Brisky. Kevin Briscoe coming out and deciding to pull the old midget out of the blow the dust off the old midget, trying to make it into the prelim night A main. Let's see what he can do as Darren Elby continues to lead.
1 car, 2 cars now retired. Corey Doozer, Jay Drake might have been a flip. We'll investigate that. Potentially 25 now on the course of the event. As Darren Elby still out front as we just passed halfway. Skylar Brown runs 2nd. Andrew Chenoweth 3rd. Colton Hardy in the 4th and final transfer spot as he's got Cole McCubbin about a 2nd off of him. Top 4 seem to have broken away as Risky Brisky tries to climb up but made a mistake. Tim Campbell now up to 6th around the outside of Risky Brisky.
So Darren Elby will lead the way with 5 laps to go here in B main number 1. Skylar Brown still in 2nd, Chenoweth in 3rd, and Colton Hardy safely in the 4th spot and on the bubble. You look back, McCubbin just outside with Campbell behind him as they pretty much single file around here. We got 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom of our transfer cars as they start to approach on-lap traffic. Let's see if this will play a factor in the way this race ends with just 3 more laps to go.
3 to go. Battle for the lead. Darren Elby has it. Skylar Brown rolling the inside, trying to work it as Rich Foreman. Oh, trouble for your leader as Skylar Brown going to go around the inside to the lead as Darren Elby gets caught up with the lap traffic. He's going to get down to the inside as Rich Foreman and Dave Reed got into each other, and that hindered Darren Elby from trying to hang on to that lead as his white flag this time by for Skylar Brown. He's going to try to roll it around to the B main number 1 victory through 3 and 4 now for the final time. Skylar Brown on the bottom. Darren Elby up top. Skylar Brown going to get the victory. And B main number 1. Andrew Chenoweth going to get the final 4th and final transfer spot along with Colton Hardy. So Skylar Brown, Darren Elby, Colton Hardy, and Andrew Chenoweth, your transfers out of B main number 1. Cole McCubbin, the first one on the outside looking in. Tim Campbell, Kevin Briscoe, Cole Kirkman, Dave Reed, Rich Foreman, and a couple other drivers that were out of the race. Tough luck for those drivers. Skylar Brown now going to be with you, Mike, for the interview here as he wins B main number 1. And Mike stepped aside for a minute. Skylar Brown, congratulations on the victory. Needed a little bit of help from lap traffic there. Just tell us about your view of the incident there and just how surprised you were to come out with the lead.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to turn 3. I was right on the bottom, obviously, and I don't know. Some guys got together there on the inside, and I just held my line. And when I came out, one of them hit me in the rear, so it gave me a little boost. But yeah, I was kind of surprised to see that.
Now you're going to start, 18th or so in the A main, and that's really going to kind of boost your efforts to try to get up there, but it's a long way to go. But we see Mike McKinney win one of the B mains last night and ran all the way up to just outside the fourth and final transfer spot last night. Can you do what Mike McKinney did last night and put yourself in position to get up there into the championship A feature?
It's going to be a little different than the track last night. It's going to be a little bit harder to pass. I don't know if I can do it from 18th, but give it a try. If they still had that curb, I think I'd have a better chance, but they took it away, so guess we'll have to see what we...
All right, Skylar Brown, can't do it with it by yourself, man. B main victory, congrats to you, but you got a long way to go in the A main. Who's responsible for getting you here?
Bo and Gary and all them for putting on this great series, and then you guys for putting on this broadcast, and then gotta give a thanks to Dalton Eaglin for getting me a car painted up.
That's B main number 1 winner, Skylar Brown. Skylar, good luck to you in the A. We'll look forward to see you hopefully later on tonight.
Yep.
And Mike, as we get ready to roll into B main number 2, it's a long way to go for some of these guys, but Mike McKinney proved that even with a slightly different track, you can get it done. It just takes patience.
Yeah, it definitely is. Last night, though, the track was a little easier. If you were able to get up on that curb and run around, and Mike McKinney was one of the few drivers that could, and that really helped him move from the back all the way up to 5th. Tonight, the cushion did not build up quite as much, I don't think, as we had last night. And it's going to be the track will be a little more even, whereas the top was pretty dominant last night if you were able to run it. Tonight, it'll be a little more even and harder to pass, but little mistakes is what's going to kill you tonight.
As we get ready to roll B main number 2, Dale Grohl are going to be on the pole of this one. Zach Rader starting to his outside. Josh Newman going to roll off 3rd. Kyle Deering rides off 4th. Todd LeBeau and Grandpa John McClellan 5th and 6th in row number 3. Row number 4, you'll see in the 7th spot, Josh Gaiman and Seth Shebester in the A spot. 9th goes to Austin Davis, and Mark Malapart will start 10th. Dan Ricehouse 11th. Tim Burner 12th, and I believe that will round out the 12-car field here in B main number 2.
12 cars taking for 15 laps the distance here. As they start to roll off and roll around, we'll go green flag racing out of turn number 4. Dale Grotter, the Aussie, on the front row. Next to him, the Illinois sprint car driver, Zach Radar. Remember, 4 drivers will transfer. They head into 3, and the green flag will fly. We are racing with B main number 2.
Josh Newman tries to slide down to the inside. Dale Groller runs up to the high side, wheel to wheel on the back straightaway in lap number 1. Groller with the slight edge. Newman trying to roll along the berm as Groller runs about a half a lane off the cushion on the outside as Groller going to lead lap number 1. Newman still battling, wheel to wheel on the back straightaway, lap 2.
Zach Radar, though, trying to stick a nose in there as Grother leads on the top side. Newman right there on the bottom. Now Radar on the top. He will drive around Newman and take over the 2nd spot. Gaiman will follow him, so that will now put Josh Newman on the bubble as Kyle Deering on the top trying to hunt him down. Newman will go back around Gaiman on the bottom. Contact is made as Gaiman slides to the bottom of the track. They're going to run side by side still for the 3rd and 4th position as Grother and Radar still lead the field around.
Flip count up to 26. Austin Davis hit the berm and flipped over, collected a couple cars with that. Flip count up to 26. Gaiman now trying to work to the inside of Joshua Newman as Gaiman holds that 4th and final transfer spot. Kyle Deering in 5th, trying to work around the outside of Gaiman as your top 4 have started to reel away from Kyle Deering a little bit, but Deering trying to hold tough as Gaiman now wheel to wheel tries to slide job on Josh Newman as the two Joshes try to do battles. They bang wheels in 1 and 2 this time by on the back straightaway. Newman with the slight advantage over Josh Gaiman.
The two of them banging wheels will allow Kyle Deering to close the gap. So now Deering all over Gaiman for the transfer spot. Gaiman on the top side, Deering following him around. Let's see what Deering does here. He'll slide up. Oh, and Zach Radar up and over. That'll bring the flip count up to 7 and end Zach Radar's B main hopes here. Radar, who was running 7th, will bring out the yellow flag, and Grother now all by himself in the lead.
Mark Malapart also in that as well. So heavy incident for your leaders up there going to be, looks like Dale Groller going to be up in the lead. Josh Gaiman going to be showing 2nd. Kyle Deering looks like he's going to be restarting 3rd, maybe 4th, depending on where the scoring was at the time of the caution. As Dan Ricehouse is coming all the way from the back of the pack to be, looks like the first car on the outside of going up to the A feature here tonight.
So let's see what these guys can do. As it looks like we've got about 8 laps to go, maybe 7 laps to go here. As Dale Grother, like you said, leads the way. Man, Zach Radard had such a good run going there. He was pretty safely in a transfer spot, and some lap traffic got him caught up in a wreck, ends up sending him flipping into the turn 3 and 4 fence, and that'll really wreck a Chili Bowl hopes here. As Grother and Gaiman lead the field here, and Newman and Deering your transfer spots. Keep an eye on Dan Ricehouse. Ricehouse really moving through the field, and he's knocking on the door trying to get into that 4th spot.
Going to be 6 to go once we get the green flag here in B main number 2. A main going to come up next. It's going to be just a few laps before we decide who's going to put them into the A feature and who's going to load them up on the trailer here tonight here at the 6th annual Chili Bowl Nationals qualifying night number 2. And this is all powered by Loud Pedal TV as the pace car now dives to the infield, field in the hands of Brisbane, Australia's Dale Grother. Josh Gaiman in 2nd, Josh Newman in 3rd, and Kyle Deering in 4th in the final transfer spot. As Grother going to get the jump as Newman tries to dive down to the bottom. Almost went wheel to wheel with Josh Gaiman. As Gaiman's right there within a car length of your leader, Dale Grother. This time by to 3 and 4. Edge slightly to Grother, but Gaiman's closing in up on the high side.
Side-by-side battle for the transfer position. Deering on the top side. Dan Ricehouse just stuck a nose in there, but it looks like Deering will pull back away. They go side-by-side on a 4th slide job. Dan Ricehouse really trying to get into that spot. He's got a nose on him as they come out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. It's still Dale Grother. It's still Josh Gaiman and Josh Newman, your top 3. But right now it's the transfer spot that we've got our eye on. And now it looks like Newman will lose some ground. That'll allow Deering and Ricehouse to turn this into a 3-way battle. Deering with a slide job on Newman. That'll put Newman out of the transfer spot. So now Dan Ricehouse up to 3rd, and Kyle Deering will move to the bubbles position.
Dan Ricehouse right there. Deering with a slide job on Newman. Not going to make his stick. Gets in the fence. Crosses him back over. Tries to go back to the inside for that 4th and final transfer spot. Newman right there. White flag in the air next time by. Not a lot of time for Deering to get there. White flag in the air for your leader, Dale Grother, as Josh Gaiman tries to ride right there, keeping the battle on 3rd and 4th. Josh Newman there trying to work to the outside of Dan Ricehouse. Kyle Deering trying to do what he can, but not close enough to make it. Dale Grother going to win. B main number 2, Josh Gaiman 2nd, Dan Ricehouse 3rd, and Josh Newman, the last car to transfer into the A feature tonight. Kyle Deering, the first car on the outside looking in. Seth Chevester 6th, Tim Berner 7th, John McClellan 8th, Mark Malapart 9th, Zach Rader 10th, Todd LeBou 11th, and 12th in final spot. I didn't quite catch the name, but not going to make it into the A feature here tonight. And we caught up with B main number 2 winner, Brisbane, Australia's Dale Grother. Dale, you had a long way to go to get up towards the front in the A feature here, but you did it from the pole of the B main. Can you do what McKinney did from B main 2 last night and run your way all the way up near the transfer spots?
That's the plan, but whether it happens or not, it's another story. But, hopefully we get up there somewhere.
You add to the international flair of this event. I know Australians very big with midget racing along with the Kiwis, Dale. You got to be proud to be repping Australia, especially going into the A feature tonight.
Yeah, well, it's Australia Day here today, so hopefully we can turn it on.
Well, good on you, Dale, and I know you can't do it by yourself, man. Who's responsible for getting you into victory lane in B main number 2?
Sprint Cars Online always support as well, and these guys at SPR do an awesome job with any event they run, so hopefully the rest of the week goes well for them, and yeah, kudos to them. They're a great bunch of guys.
Thanks, Dale. Hope to see you make the transfer spot. You'll be starting 18th, and from B main number 2, you're the winner there, so good luck to you, and we'll hope to see you maybe even in victory lane tonight, just by how wild things have been.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to put a shout out to the mate, Brett Wheeler, who usually does the commentary here. He's in hospital at the moment, so hopefully you're getting well, man, and we'll rub wheels again soon.
That should be my number 2 winner, Dale Grother. Again, congratulations to him. And Mike, I got to say, look like we got ourselves a little bit of a stacked field here in the A main. I really got to keep your eye on Dale Grother because he is the one guy I know that can run from the back to the front.
Yeah, definitely. He will be on the move here as we've got the A main coming up. Definitely some large, some big names here in the got coming up here on prelim night number 2, and while we're waiting for that to start happening, I want to thank a couple of our sponsors. Big thanks to Fast 4 Media. Fast 4 Media providing the online coverage of the Sim Chili Bowl Nationals, and Fast 4 Media is the online leader in West Coast video of outlaw kart racing, sprint car racing, and micro sprint racing. For more information and to check out some of the events that they live stream, go check out fast4media.org or fast4media.com.
Another one of our event partners. This broadcast is powered also by Loud Pedal TV. Loud Pedal Productions, the official media provider for USAC, the United States Auto Club, as well as the leader in dirt track video production across America. Welcome to the new chapter in weekly race coverage from coast to coast. For more info on shows and other content, go to www.loudpedal.tv. And as we get ready to roll here in the A main, the grid rolling on the screen at the moment, and we'll have to see here for sure because it's a long way to go, but it looks like Cody Trammell going to be the top point getter through heats and qualifiers, and he's going to put himself on the pole. The A feature to his outside looks like it's going to be Dylan Paddock.
Cody Sale will start in row number 2 on the inside. Kevin J. Holly will start outside of him, and then you'll move back to row number 3. It's Michael Covey and Colt Cabry.
Calvin Morton starts 7th. Kyle Larson, the 2014 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Rookie of the Year, he'll start 8th. John Lopresto 9th. Grant Riles 10th. Nick Cooper 11th. Tony Gualde starts 12th.
Then you'll see Justin Clark start in 13th. Brock Barrett will start in the 14th position. Then you'll see Troy Wagman Jr. 15th. Gary McGuire will start 16th. Skylar Brown will start 17th. Dale Grother will start 18th. Darren Elby 19th. Josh Gaiman will start 20th. Colt Mahardy 21st. Dan Ricehouse 22nd. Andrew Chenoweth will start 23rd. And Josh Newman will round off the starting field for prelim night number 2. Cody Trammell, Dylan Paddock will lead the field, and it's showtime, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Trammell with the great jump here. He'll take the early race lead. Bumping and banging for second. Paddock and Sale will battle it out.
Cody Sale tries to defend off a slide job by Kevin J. Holly. Colt Cabry going to try to sneak to the inside, as well as Michael Covey. He got it done in one of the qualifiers there. He's snuck up all the way to 3rd as he's rolling the bottom. There's the top 2 cars up on the high side. Slide job out of turn number 4. Dylan Paddock, Michael Covey make contact as Michael Covey looks to sneak up into 2nd place and does so out of turn number 2.
Covey trying to make his way up to the front. He will slide into 2nd, hunting down Cody Trammell. It's still a battle for that 2nd spot as Paddock trying to move back around Covey. Not going to make it stick this time. It's still Trammell, it's Covey, it's Paddock, then Colt Cabry and Kevin J. Holly now battling it out. We've almost gone 4 wide right there for the 2nd place position. Oh, Covey hitting the brakes there for some reason. That'll drop him all the way back to 5th.
Covey and Cabry trying to trade slide jobs there on the bottom as Covey and Cabry get into it once again on the bottom. It's a big blanket stack up for the 4th and final transfer spot into the championship feature as KJ Holly drives away as Cabry and Covey get into it once again out of 4. Nick Cooper, John Lopresto also involved there along with the machine of Cody Sale as Cabry and Covey get into it once again already in turn 3 and 4.
So a big battle going on for that 4th and final transfer spot as Nick Cooper now slides in. Those 4 drivers again will lock into the A main event for the final night and get to run the first annual pull shuffle that we have here at the Chili Bowl. Trammell still leads the way, starting to walk away as Paddock sits in 2nd. Kevin J. Holly in 3rd. Now Nick Cooper with a strong run in 3rd, but Colt Cabry and Michael Covey along with Cody Sale and Calvin Morton all trying to make their way up and get around Nick Cooper.
Nick Cooper split himself solidly into the 4th and final transfer spot. He's gaining though on Kevin J. Holly and tries to put a slide job on Holly as the 2 touch wheels now out of 4. Nick Cooper to 3rd. Kevin J. Holly going to cross him over, get a seat, get a slide job once again out of turn number 2 and not going to make it happen. Kevin J. Holly back to the 4th and final transfer spot.
That'll tighten the battle up as now Colt Cabry all over Kevin J. Holly and Cody Sale now on the top side. He will drive around Holly and then Cabry will go around him on the bottom. So now we've got Trammell still leading. Cooper now up to 2nd. Paddock trying to slide him back. He will do so. Colt Cabry now in the 4th and final transfer spot as Kevin J. Holly is sitting behind him in 5th. 3 wide right now for the 2nd position. It's Trammell, Paddock, Cooper, and Holly all battling it out right now.
3 wide for the second spot right now. Nick Cooper lost on a slide job there as Dylan Paddock put one on him. Cole Cambry trying to work the berm on the inside. All the meanwhile is still Cody Trammell out front as we're coming up on 10 to go. In trouble! One car almost flipping in turn 2. Dylan Paddock got a right rear from Nick Cooper. Cooper going to move into second spot. Cole Cambry battling now for second. Justin Clark now the last car in the fourth and final transfer spot.
So Cody Trammell now starting to walk away from the field. Almost 2 seconds between him and Cole Cambry. Cambry still sits in second, Cooper in third. Now, like you said, Justin Clark will move into the transfer spot with just 9 laps to go. Cody Sale, Calvin Morton, Kevin J. Holly, Dylan Paddock, Tony Guala, and Colton Hardy, your top 10. As they work their way around, it looks like Kevin J. Holly will park it in the fence. Oh no, and he'll take Kyle Larson and Dale Brother with him. Larson keeps it going. Mike Covey goes flipping. We have carnage in turn number 3.
Somebody call the medic because I feel bad for poor Kyle Larson. He just had nowhere to go along with Dale Grother and Kevin J. Holly just on the bad end of that one there too. So those 3 drivers flipping out on the night, and those drivers going to bring our flip count all the way up to 30 through this late stage of the A main feature here tonight.
So we'll see what the admins do, as it doesn't look like any of them left the racetrack, and we definitely saw a couple of guys go flipping there. A little aftermath. Also, we saw some retaliation, so we'll have to leave that one up to the officials. Cody Trammell, your race leader. Cole Cambry in second. Nick Cooper in third. And Justin Clark, your top 4. In transfer spots, Cody Sale just sitting outside of them. And Calvin Morton, Dylan Paddock, Tony Gualda, Colton Hardy, and John Lopresto currently sit your top 10.
Get ready to roll here as we're coming up. And when we take the green flag, it'll be 7 laps to go here in the A main on qualifying night number 2 of the 6th annual Sim Chili Bowl Nationals presented by Loud Pedal TV. You're watching the coverage here on Fast 4 Media. My name is Justin Rose. Now Mike Burba alongside on the coverage, and we get ready to roll this thing as the field now gets ready to go back green. Pace car to the infield. Cody Trammell still on the loud pedal out of turn number 4. No green this time by. Going to have to roll it back and see if they add another caution lap.
They'll line them back up. Hopefully they can get lined up to go green flag racing here out of turn number 4. Field looks like they are good to go. Let's see what they can do. Cody Trammell will lead them to the green. We are back to racing.
7 laps to go. Cole Cambry going to work to the inside of Cody Trammell for the lead as Nick Cooper tries to ride the high side, and it's going to be a side-by-side battle. Wheel to wheel out of 4 for the lead. Cole Cambry right there along with Cody Trammell.
Trammell on the top side, Cambry on the bottom. They will run side by side as well as Cooper and Clark right behind them. It's 2 by 2 by 2 all the way through the field. We will see just 5 laps to go this time by. It's Cooper now trying to put the moves on Cody Trammell. Trammell on the top. Cambry now trying to stick it in there. Slide job, Nick Cooper. He's trying to take the race lead. 3-way battle here.
Nick Cooper slide job. New leader out of turn number 2. Looks like it's going to be Nick Cooper, but again, Cody Trammell squeaks to the inside of Nick Cooper. A yellow flag on the speedway as we're coming around this time by. It's going to be 3 to go when we get the green flag.
The yellow flag will come out here with just a couple of laps to go. Trammell, Cooper, and Cambry putting on a show for the fans and everyone tuning in here tonight. So it's Trammell, Cooper, Cambry, and Morton right now, your top 4 and your transfer cars. Justin Clark just sitting outside, but keep an eye on Skylar Brown. He's up to 6. Let's see if he can move in with just these couple laps to go. This is exactly what he was looking for, Justin.
Yeah, the field opened up a little bit there, and the caution flag helps as this is just the second caution flag here in the A main. Pace car might dive to the safety at pit road. Cody Trammell, Nick Cooper, Cole Cambry, Calvin Morton, your 4 that are going to be in the transfer spots. Justin Clark on the outside looking in. And as you mentioned, Skylar Brown is started 17th all the way up to 6th, plus 11 on the racetrack as they run.
So hopefully we are going to go green this time by as we'll watch the safety car to pull off the track. Cody Trammell, Nick Cooper, and Cole Cambry, man, they were putting on quite the show for us. Let's see if they pick up where they left off as the pace car decide, nah, we're going to stay on the track one more lap here. So the field will pace around again as it looks like we'll have 3 to go when we go back to green flag racing.
going to be anybody's guess. It's been Slider City for about the last 5 or 10 laps or so on the racetrack, as looking to see if we do indeed go green. Pace car waiting to pull into the infield. Looks like everybody lined up nice and tight, single file. Field in the hands of Cody Trammell and Nick Cooper.
Cody Trammell will lead the field into turn number 3. They'll see the green flag on a turn number 4. 3 laps to go. Green flag flies, and we are back underway.
3 to go as Cole Cavery works to the inside. Cody Trammell up on the high side. Nick Cooper, Calvin Morton, the top 4. They're all trying to battle for that top spot right there, but Cody Trammell going to sneak away as Nick Cooper battles there for second.
2 laps to go, this time by Cody Trammell, Nick Cooper. Cooper with a slide job, he'll get into the wall. Trammell, though, messing up, making a mistake. It's going to be a 3-way battle as they come around to see the white flag. Morton now trying to stick a nose in there. It's Nick Cooper, it's Cody Trammell, it's Cole Cavery, and it's Calvin Morton. Your transfer positions, they'll go down the back straightaway for the final time. Rounding through turns 3 and 4, checkered flag in the air will give night number 2 to Nick Cooper.
Cody Trammell going to come home second, Cole Cavery third, Calvin Morton fourth, Justin Clark in fifth, John Lepresto sixth, Darren Elvey seventh, Cody Sale eighth, Dylan Paddock ninth, Troy Wagaman Jr. 10th, Tony Gualda 11th, Skylar Brown 12th, 13th, Dale Grover, Kyle Larson 14th, Gary McGuire 15th, 16th to Gary McGuire, Josh Gaiman, and the rest of the gang going to scroll by on your screen.
So we're going to let these drivers get out of their cars and work their way over here as we'll head down to the victory lane area with our top 3 here from night number 2.
And as we wait for everybody to file in, just a reminder there, those 4 drivers lock themselves into the A-Main feature on championship night. Everybody else from there on back going to have to work from the B-Main and on back. Going to have to see if the guys that are transferred in going to move their way up in the pole shuffle coming up Wednesday night. Cole Cavery, Cody Trammell, Nick Cooper, and we're waiting on, I do believe, Calvin Morton. And as Calvin Morton going to wave off a little bit, going to go down to third place finisher Cole Cavery. Cole, you locked yourself into the championship feature just like your brother Chase did last night. I know you got to be satisfied. What a way to finish the night.
Oh yeah. It's definitely really really good to lock yourself into Wednesday night's A-Main. And it was just a really tough race with Nick Cooper and Cody Trammell. It was really, really, really tough battling them. I was rolling the bottom really, really good. And they were throwing slide jobs, crossing them over. I was hoping one of them would make a mistake, and it finally happened. And I got up to first at one point, and then I got tight out of turn 2. But it was just a really good race.
Yeah, you really did. But looking forward to Wednesday night, the pole shuffle. Can you work your way up the ladder to get yourself into a good starting spot for the 55-lap A-Main?
I'm hoping so. We just have to put ourselves in a really good. We got to work our card, our setup, everything perfect for tomorrow or Wednesday's night A-Main. You know, it'll be really tough, but we should try to get it done. I just have to thank all my sponsors, Chase for helping me out, like I said earlier, my heat race, Simpro, all you guys up here in the booth working us out and everything. Good job.
And you just spit it right out for me, took the words right out of my mouth, Cole. Congratulations to you. Good luck on Wednesday night. We'll hope to see you in Victory Lane.
All right, thank you.
Mike Burba, you caught up with our second place finisher, Cody Trammell.
Cody Trammell over here coming across in second place. Cody, you guys were trading sliders there for the better portion of that race there. You, Nick Cooper, and Cole Cavery really put on a show for the fans. Feel to be locked in to the A-Main for the final night.
It's a relief, that's for sure. I was probably shaking the whole entire time. Once I got out to that huge lead, I was just praying for no caution, but usually how my luck goes, there's a caution there with 4 to go, and then I'll end up stepping on it, but it was fun right there at the end though, sliding with Cooper and Cole down on the bottom. Couldn't ask for a better guy to actually race me clean on this, but a good win to Cooper. I mean, this is just as bad as driving a real car.
Now you're going to lock yourself into that pole shuffle. Now, what are you going to have to do different during the pole shuffle to be able to get out there and actually take the win and try and start out on the pole?
I'm gonna just pray and just hold her to the floor, and hopefully it'll stick. Because when the pole shuffle comes around, I mean, it's all or nothing. I mean, you're just going to be hammered down, and I'm sure Bell and all them guys will get up there and they'll lock in tomorrow night. And it'll be fun between all of us. So just when Wednesday night rolls around, let's see what happens.
I know you can't do it alone. You got some sponsors you want to thank for that one.
Speed Shift TV, Chet out there. He sponsors us the whole entire deal for this. So if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be doing this right now. HFM, you guys, Bo, Gary, all the guys behind all the cameras and the show. So big thanks to everybody. So yeah.
Well, congratulations, Cody. So now Nick Cooper going to make his way up here, and Justin over there with Nick Cooper.
New York sprint car driver and micro sprint standout Nick Cooper takes home qualifying night number 2 victory here in the A main. Nick, that was some battle there for a while, man. You and Cody Trammell trading slide jobs. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, I knew going into this tonight was going to be. You just had to go for it and give it your all, and that's how it is basically every year. So I knew I had to drive over my head a little bit, but sometimes you got to do that.
Drove over your head or not, Nick, that was quite an impressive display of driving. I mean, you got the pole shuffle coming up. You know, Chris Bell, everybody left to run the next couple of nights. So as far as that goes, Nick, you know, what's your outlook going into the pole shuffle? Can you get yourself in a good spot to take home the 55-lap A feature?
It's just basically going to be, hitting your marks each lap and pretty much everything that you do in every other race. But there's definitely some big names here, and you just got to hope for the best and hope it works out for you. If it doesn't, just come back next year.
Well, you've been coming back year after year. You've been on the outside looking in when it comes to the virtual Golden Driller. Is this your year?
I don't know. There's a lot of top names here, and the tracks are difficult. Bo's made these tracks pretty tough to race on, and you just have to, like I said, hit your marks on them, and be there at the end and survive it.
Can't do it by yourself, Nick. Sponsor shout-outs. Who's responsible for getting you into victory lane here tonight?
I got to thank SimPro Motorsports and True Speed Motorsports. And Bo and Gary and everybody at the admins here and for putting this race on. And can't wait for Wednesday night.
That's your qualifying night number 2 winner, Nick Cooper, the sprint car driver from New York. He's going to take home the victory here tonight, Mike, and a great job by him. That was a great race there in the A feature.
Yeah, definitely a great race, and can't wait to see prelim night tomorrow, the final prelim night. Then we'll get to see the last 4 guys lock in, and it should be a pretty good show. And Justin, I can't wait, but it's been fun. I want to thank everyone who tuned in tonight. My name is Mike Burba. I'm here with Justin Rose now and Jeff Burba on the cameras. We're here courtesy of Fast 4 Media, and thanks to Loud Pedal TV. We will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, everyone, and good night.